Oh well, what do I have here? It's a Murray from 2000. That was a good year. And we're gonna see if I can get to start. Get my tools all opened up and ready here. My gun's in the right spot. Take his cover off because the brake cable on this is busted, and I have to figure out how the brake is hooked up. And this is what I need to get to right here. This metal piece in the back, I need to take the spring off and clamp it. And to do that, I need a screwdriver. I don't have one, so I'll be right back. Now the brake should disengage like that. And then next what we'll do is we'll open up the air filter and see how that looks. It's probably going to look wonderful. And before I do anything, I'm curious. God, that's tight. I doubt this thing will run. It's worth a shot. Trick I learned: if a gas cap's stuck on, you take a pair of ice screws. Oh, that's tank's got to come off because there's a bunch of shit down in there that doesn't smell too hot either. Stuff that I don't want to get on me. Stuff has probably been in here for 5 years. So I'm going to take the tank off before I do anything and clean out the tank. So that's lovely. How's that filter look? Filter's not too bad. I take that back. Look at this. See here? Just turns to dust. Alright, filters. No good. I'll deal with that later. That works, but I gotta get that tank off because there's shit down in the bottom of the tank that's not supposed to be there. I got a note on these springs right here. I'm going to take a picture because these little itty bitty springs back in here, I don't know what it is to this camera, but it just eats batteries. But it's kind of raining out right now and I don't want to use my big camera, but I got 2 other batteries. But get down here and take a picture just like that. That way I know how them springs go on. That way I don't mess up anything or ruin anything or whatnot. But now I gotta find the socket that fits that. And it's more than likely, it's not a 3/8, this is an older one. It's more than likely going to be a 1/2 inch. I'm correct, so it is a 1/2 inch. I'll put that on the extension. And hope this comes out without a problem. That's the wrong way. Power of an impact gun, my friend. So the tank is off. I'm going to just pull this out. Set that down there. I got to wiggle this off. Oh, one more bolt on the front. It's testing it. I've been doing this long enough to know that there's a bolt up front that holds the tank on. For those of you who say I don't know how to do anything, there's your proof right there. I do know how to do stuff. Alright, now this thing just pops right off like that. There's our tank. It's got some junk in the bottom of it still. So what I'm going to do is take my cleaner here and spray all in the tank. Just like that. Kind of slosh it around. And then a trick is to take an old shop rag, jam down in here, and clean the crap out of the tank. Soak it all up. Then I'm going to hose the tank down with the same cleaner, get all the crap off of it. Just pull this out. Got the majority of it out. You can see how the rag looks. Just get down in there and scrape it. You're not going to get every bit out. But you're going to get enough out to where it's not going to hurt it to run. I'm also going to, I don't want to get this stuff on me. That got all of it out, so that's good. Now I'm going to spray the tank down. Spray everything down. Hopefully this stuff doesn't ruin my very expensive camera. I'm going to scrape some of this crud off. Clean the tank down. See all the grease and crap on it. Alright. And what I'm going to do is soak the tank and take my gross, this can go in the trash. Alright, take this here again. I'm going to do this one more time just for good luck. Try to soak up all that junk down in there. Pliers, pull the rag out. If I had gloves on it, it wouldn't matter, but I don't have any. Alright, that tank's ready to be mounted. I'm going to spray out the carburetor a little bit. Get it all down in there. Make sure it primes. Primer bulb's good. That's a good thing. I'm going to spray out the thing there, clean it all up, make it look nice, and we're ready to screw it back onto the mower. Let me move my chair back to here, get situated, and go ahead and screw this thing back on. First things first, hook up your throttle control. It can be a bit finicky. You got to be careful with them because you don't want to break them, because after all it is plastic. See, they just went in without a problem. And I'm going to put in this front bolt first. Just going to hand tighten it. Then I'm going to put in this big long bolt. This one here can be a little tricky. And that's why I'm going to hold it with a pair of pliers and get it started, just like that. Now, here comes the fun part. Where's my impact? I'll do this big bolt first. And we'll get our front one over here. And don't have any gas, I don't think. Ah, bummer. I don't have no gas. Well, I guess the gas station's open. That stinks. But we can still see if it'll run off starter fluid. So we'll do that. Where's the gas cap? Oh crap, there we go, there it is. I'll put the gas cap back on. I imagine the spark plug's good. The wire is off of it, so that might not be so good. It's a bit rusty, but I'm not going to change it because I'm just going to see if it'll start on starter fluid. Check the oil. It's got oil. It's not pretty, but it's got oil. I'm going to screw this top cover back down onto it. And this thing turns out to actually function, I will be surprised. One of those things. Get down there, you bastard. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Alright, and what I'll do is I'll push this out a little bit and we'll see if it'll start. Camera up a little bit and I'm going to squirt some stuff. to put my shop rag in the trash bin. Since we'll pull over. That's a good sign. Something is hitting on the deck, but I'll worry about that later. But I think I'll go to the gas station and we'll continue with this project mower. Real quick, I'm curious to see what is knocking on this thing. So we're going to take the plug wire off, flip it over, hope nothing pours out. I don't think it will. And there's water coming on the handlebar. And we're going to take a look at this blade here and see what's going on. So this, right there is where it was hitting. So I'm going to zip that blade off, or try to. It's a 9/16. That is what it is. So I'm going to get this in my adapter. I'm going to take this blade off. First, I'm going to see if it's the right one. Second, if it's not the right one, I'll either find one or I'm screwed if I don't find one. This looks like the right blade. What I'm going to do is simply flip it over right side up, because this was on backwards, and it looks like it's still going to hit. So my theory is this has got the wrong blade adapter on it, which it does, because this is a really short shaft and it needs a long shaft. So what I'm going to do is, you can clearly see where it was hitting right there. So what I'm going to do is dig around in the shop. I'm also going to fix this right here. Probably just zip that off. Frame's kind of busted, but that doesn't matter. But what I'm going to do is dig around in the shop, see if I can find a suitable blade adapter. And yeah, got to have the right blade adapter or it will not work. So I will be stealing a blade adapter off this other junk mower of mine. Here's the blade that came off of this one. That is probably got to be the most worn out blade ever, and it was also on upside down. Well, this blade adapter seized on here, so I'm going to soak it like this and like this, and hope that and pull it off, because that's the blade adapter that I need. And this mower is junk. The frame's good, the motor's shot. I can find another motor for it. But all I want is this off of here. Oh, look, came right off. That's a short shaft, just like on the mower I'm working on. And I'm also going to borrow the blade bolt out of here. Actually, no. Now with Murray's like this, these are what they call a pressure washer or a spring washer. See, it's kind of beveled. When you torque this down, this washer flattens out, puts pressure against the blade, holds the blade on. That's how that works. So anyways, I want to take this, go back over to the mower we're working on, throw this on there, and squirt a little fluid in it and see if it still goes rat-a-tat-tat. If it does, I might be swapping frames and putting this. This is overall a better shaped frame. And what is this, a 22-inch? Ah, the sticker's going off of it. But this looks like a 22-inch. There should be a label on it. Yeah, this is a 22-inch. And I might have a 22-inch. Well, I could put a 20 on. I don't know. I'll have to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to put if that frame over there, if this solves the problem, I'm going to leave it as it is. But if it doesn't solve a problem and that motor turns out to be good, once I get it to run on its own gas, then I might just switch the motor. And my camera battery is got a line through it, which means it's dead, so I'm going to switch batteries and we'll return. Needs one of these. I put gas in it. I done it off camera because I had my assistant up here with me, but needs one of them because it'll run and quit. It won't run on its own, which is good with me. I can deal with that. So what we've got to do is hope that doesn't blow away. Is I got to take the tank back off again, which that's no big deal. But this time I'm going to use a regular handheld because I don't feel like using an impact right now. There's nothing like doing stuff the way you were taught, because when I started learning how to do all this here, I didn't have a fancy impact gun like that, I have the very hand tools that I'm using today. Well, majority of them. I mean, I've only been doing this 17 some odd years, 17, 18 years, something around there. So, I know what I'm doing. This little booger right here is aggravating to get on, the breather tube. I'm going to take this off. There's gas in the tank, so I gotta be careful now. I just got back from the gas station like 5 minutes ago. So we're doing a carburetor overhaul in the end of February. It's 65 degrees out here right now. February 22nd or 21st, or I don't know what today is. There we go. Alrighty. Now what I'm going to do is use the top of this motor as a workbench. And I'm going to elevate my camera so you all can kind of see what I'm doing. Here we go. Ought to be good. So I need to take that off, and to do that, you don't use an impact to take off a what you call it, doohickey. You don't use an impact to take off a carburetor, especially the plastic ones, because you can crack them, and that would be a major pain to crack a carburetor because they're not cheap. Let's take these 4 or 5 bolts. I have to take them completely out. I'm going to take this one out so I don't lose it. Just take these out. Something cracked. I hope that wasn't the carburetor. No, it wasn't. It was this stupid thing right here. There's 5 bolts. I mean, I have videos of me doing this before, but this mower here, I'm not going to say who I got it from for privacy reasons, but let's just say it was give to me. It was give to me. And, yeah. So, you have to take the screws completely out. Where's my needle nose? And even though I can do this by hand, I've got spectators. Where can I put these in? Something that comes in handy. I'm going to get a kick out of this. If y'all watch my other channel, you know I put a run capacitor in my heating and air unit. The box is going to come in handy for me to put these little screws in so I won't lose them. Speaking of heating and air unit, yes, I know it's 65 degrees and it's running in heating mode. Let's see, alright, well this ain't my heating and air channel, this is my outdoor power channel. You just take these screws out. Oh, there goes the carburetor. Ah, yes. Yay, it needs one of them bad. So this is your pulse eject carburetor is what it's called. And what I'm going to do is set the tank on the ground. We're going to clean it. And we're going to flip this dude upside down, and I'm going to peel off this old diaphragm. You can see it's kind of messed up. Look, and it's torn right there. So there's your problem. It would help if I had a knife, but I don't. So you make do with what you got. Oh yeah, this one's stuck on here. It's not in good shape. These pulse ejects, if the mower runs and quits, or simply won't run at all, you've got a bad diaphragm. This is your what's called the base gasket. This is your diaphragm. This right here is actually like your fuel pump. So what I'm going to do off camera is spray this carburetor off with a little bit of... Oh, it got in my face. Screen's clear. Hey, note to self, wear safety glasses when spraying this stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to brush my hands off of my pants. That really hurt. That got me right in the corner of the eye too. And here's our brand new diaphragm and pan gasket diaphragm. And we're going to tear into it. When I say tear into it, I mean tear into it. Oh, them things stink. Rubber. Oh, it's a package within a package. Nice. Look here, it's a package within a package. Oh, I love these. Oh, and it's vacuum sealed too. But we'll fix that problem. Go ahead and open this up. Pull this out. Alright, here's how this goes together. You got your diaphragm, you got your base gasket. If you can't do it this way, you take this off and you put this on the old-fashioned way. There's many ways you can do this. You just gotta line every little thing up perfectly. That's the wrong way. Here's how our diaphragm goes on. There's our base gasket. Okay, that's how you do that. Then you take a carburetor here and make sure there's no shit on the bottom of it. This one here's got a lot of shit on the bottom of it. That's all good and clean. Shake it off. Stick our nozzle down in here. Make sure everything's lined up perfectly. Get that down in there like that. Flip it around. Make sure it's all lined up. And it is. Alrighty. Alright, now we're ready to put the tank back on. Alrighty, so we're ready to put the tank back on. Hopefully my camera battery lasts. I love camera batteries. Yeesh. Got a little bolts here already. I'm gonna get this damn thing stuck back down in here. It's the most easiest carburetor to work on, and they can be the most aggravating carburetor to work on. Alright, so first bolt to go in is this bolt over here to straighten everything up. Perfect. So we'll tighten that up. Now I can use an impact to tighten everything up. We'll put it on the slow speed setting. Alright, the 1/2 inch is on my ratchet, so we'll just put this bolt in the old-fashioned way. Ah, damn it, this thing came off. I hate these things, these breathers. Alright, I'm going to time lapse this, because this damn breather tube's... So, what we just did is replace two critical things: the diaphragm, which is essentially the fuel pump, and the base gasket, which simply prevents everything from leaking. We reinstalled the carburetor and everything, and ready to see if it primes. Oh, this one primes real good. And I'm going to scoot the camera back. We're going to see if this thing will run on its own. I'm going to have to pull the plug wire, because I have new brake cable. I'm going to pull the plug wire. All I got to do is grab it like this here and just pull, or take a screwdriver or something. But we'll figure something out how to kill it. Alright, so we're going to prime it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Leave some of my junk. Give it a pull, see what she does. Okay, this one might need a spark plug. We're going to give it some help. Okay, we're going to change the spark plug. Let me go get a spark plug wrench. Check the spark plug, and oh no. These damn things, they can have so many problems. Alright, this isn't going to be this one here. What? It's not a 3/4? Oh, that's a 5/8. You're always going to end up getting the wrong tools, even if you're a professional. It's going to be one of these 3/4, figured. Yeah, this plug is. Look at that. So you're getting gas. So you can see there how full of gas that is. You can see when I do this, gas just, this plug's junk. I'm going to go rob one out of this push mower sitting next to me, and we'll stick in here and hope for the best. Alright, I got a plug. I'm going to spray it off just to clean some of the crap off of it. Spray a little in there. Plug wire is a little rusty. I don't worry about that. Alright, here we go. Be a loose connection on here. I'll see how this fits. No, that's a good connection. Alright, we're going to move our socket so I don't mow them over, and that would suck. Gonna move some stuff. And all I can say is we can hope for the best. It's how they're going to... My camera battery's dead again, so... Great. Ah, forgot something. That might be what the problem was. Yep. It runs very fast. Oh crap. Okay, I see what happened. Our cable right there has come undone. It's typical. So I gotta fix this. Just like that. See what she does. I know it'll run. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. It runs, but what's causing it to quit is the brake assembly. So, what I'm going to do is to rule out the carburetor again. So I'm going to take the brake off. I'm going to actually tie it open or do something similar to that. Okay, there's that. Should. Here we go. That's what I wanted. So what's happening is this kill switch is hitting right there. So what I want to do is, I'm not going to show it because it's very dangerous if I show this. So I'm going to leave the camera going, but I'm going to edit this part out. I highly advise against what I'm about to do. But I've been doing this long enough to know what I'm doing. Alright, that should solve the problem. I done something you're not supposed to do, in case you didn't notice, but let's see if she'll stay running now. Shut off, damn it. Alright, this one runs. So, alrighty, now we're going to put a filter in it. That'll be fun. This is a filter. This is a new one, what a new one should look like. Let me just peel off my dealer sticker. This is what a new filter looks like. The one in here now, it just, look at this, it just disintegrates. This filter's no good. So we're going to pop this open. I'm going to try to at least. There we go. Oh, that's a nice looking filter. I mean, look at that. And I'm going to... this one here. Oh, God, look. Oh, it's stuck. Oh, it's gross. All right, let's go into my garbage box. But we're going to put a nice new one in here. Squeeze it down in there. Put our little thingy down in there. Squish it in there. Take this here. What we're going to do is squish it down. Squish it. That's what a new filter should look like. And now we're going to screw it back onto the mower. They only go on one way. Ow, that hurt. Okay, so the filter's on. This is how the filter goes on these mowers here. Take your long filter screw and you tighten her down. And I'm going to clean it up some, blow it off with the air compressor, and this one's ready for the summer. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this very, very long video of me turning a junker into something that actually runs. And this is a 4 horsepower Briggs & Stratton Quattro engine with the plastic pulse eject carburetor that I'm not too fond of, but they're easiest to work on, simplest to work on, and they give you relatively no trouble. But yeah, primer bulb on this one's in good shape, so this is pretty good for free. So yeah, it's ready for the summer. Over and out.